Hello all, welcome to LTX classes. Let's start with our daily MCQ session. Question number 1. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements regarding GI tag. GI tag, as we know, it's a geographical indication tag. The option number 1 is Darjeeling tea was the first Indian product to get GI tag. The second option is government has allotted GI tags to Kashmir saffron and Manipur black rice recently. What would be the correct answer? Here, the correct answer is C, both. Uh, as I said, the geographical indication tag usually given to the products which has some significance according to the geographical area. There are many such products that have been awarded the GI tag, and there are so many tussles are happening for certain products like Kolkata's Rasgulla and some basmati rice. And finally, the conclusion was also derived. Usually, this indication is given depending on the origin of the product and the uses of the product and the history of the product on a whole. So even with the GI tags as a requirement of TRIPS, we do this as India, as a member of the WTO, enacted the GI tag, Indication Act. We can call it GI of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999, that has come into force in 15th September 2003. As I said, the Darjeeling tea was the first Indian product to get geographical identification tag. In 2004, the famous beverage also got recognition also. Okay. Now that we know what does a GI tag means, let's see the context of this question. This Hindu article here mentions about GI tag for Aptani textile products. This is an continuous process for every year. There are many such products that comes for the GI identification. Some gets the acclaim, some don't get the acclaim. Again, they'll apply for the another year. The process would be the same. So that is what for the regarding GI tag. Let's look at the next question. Consider the following statements regarding pension fund regulatory development authority. The pension regulator and works towards its promotion and development. The second option, it's a central autonomous body and is a quasi government organization. The third option, it has a executive, legislative and judicial power similar to other financial sectors in India. Here the correct answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. It briefly explains about pension fund regulatory development authority, and these are some of the functions of it. And this pension fund regulatory authority is a statutory body. It is established by an act of parliament to promote old age income security by establishing, developing and regulating pension funds. Okay, the RDA performs functions of appointing various intermediate agencies like pension fund managers, central record keeping agency also. So these are some of the functions that dealt by PFRDA. It develops, promotes, regulates pension industry under national pension system, and also administers our Atal Pension Yojana. The recently that is also done by PFRDA only. So the context of this question is mentioned here. The PFRDA chief gave some statements regarding inflation indexed annuities. These are some of the details that you can see in the Hindu article. Okay, the next question. Consider the following statements. GDP is the final value of goods and services produced within geographic boundaries of a country during a specific period of time, normally a year. The second option, GDP can be calculated only by two methods. We have read GDP very vividly in most of our current affairs, be it in NCRTs and be it the standard books in economics. This is one of the pertinent chapter that everyone look after to deal about economics. uh, so what would be the correct answer in this question? Here we know it's not only two methods, actually it's three methods. Anyone who reads NCERT, they'll know about it. There are three methods called output method, uh, expenditure method, and we have income method. These are these are three methods to calculate GDP. GDP is very well explained, is the final value of goods and services produced within geographical boundaries of a country during a specified period, normally a year. This is a statement actually asked in I think 2014 prelims. The same statement has been asked as a question in civil services already. So let's see what prompted us to take up this question. Here you can see the GDP grow 9% financially at 2022 and 23 by ICRA. ICRA postulated about some of the aspects of GDP. This is a quarterly process. This is Q3. So every quarter it releases the the trends of GDP and how it gonna be. India has, as we all know, the present government as this aim of making India as a 5 trillion in terms of GDP. Presently now we are somewhere around 2.5 to 3 trillion. So the goal as seems to be shifted, because they made it as a goal for 2024, but due to this COVID and all, I think there is a goal displacement in this process. Let's see how far we're gonna achieve this. The next question: consider the following statements. Established in 2005 as a Director General of Anti-Dumping and Allied Duties, it was renamed in 2018 as Director General of Trade Remedies. It's about DGTR. The option says that it was established as a DG of anti-dumping and allied duties, but later got renamed in 2018 as Director General of Trade Remedies. Okay, that is the first option. And the second option is it works under Ministry of Finance. Okay, so what would be the correct answer? Here the correct answer is D, none, because it was established in actually 1998 firstly. Rather than it got renamed in 2018 as DGTR, that is fine, but the first establishment took place much before than 2005. Okay, that makes our statement one wrong. Again, the DGTR, it's not under Ministry of Finance to be. It works under Ministry of Commerce. Finance has 6 departments where DGTR doesn't took place anyway, but it works under the Ministry of Finance. It is an apex national authority responsible for administrating all the trade remedies measures, which include, you can say, anti-dumping, countervailing duties, etc. Okay, the details about anti-dumping and countervailing duties are covered in previous MCQ sessions. You can look after them for detailed analysis. Okay, to gain an integrated single window agency that will provide a comprehensive and shift trade defense mechanisms in the country, the reason that is one of the reason for establishment of DGTR, just to have some single window agency and to have a comprehensive and shift trade defense mechanisms. That was one of the objective of DGTR. Okay. Next question. Let's see. Okay, the context of this question is here in this today's Hindu editorial. It precisely mentioned about DGTR and the recent tax dynamics that you can refer. The last question: consider the following statements with reference to SEBI. Initially, SEBI was a non-statutory body without any statutory power. Okay, it became an autonomous and given statutory powers by SEBI Act 1995. Okay. The last option is SEBI is a quasi-legislative, quasi-judicial body which can draft regulations, conduct inquiries, pass rulings and impose penalties. Okay, options are quite tricky. Let's see what would be the correct answer then. if you read some concepts of security agencies, market dynamics, stock exchange, and everything, you will be knowing that it has established in 1992. The context is also there are some malpractices that were happening during that period, which prompted the government to bring up SEBI Act. It became autonomous and given statutory powers by the SEBI Act 1992 only. It's not 1995. Okay, that makes a B option wrong, and the correct answer is C, 1 and 3. To talk about SEBI, we have Security Appellate Tribunal that was also established to assist SEBI cases. The SAT will be constituted to protect the interest of the entities that feel aggrieved by SEBI's decision. Here the SAT consists of some presiding officers and other members. It has also the powers of a civil court. No, so these are some of the details of SEBI, and the reason behind picking up this article is this article which mentions about SEBI's rules and tightening regarding initial public offer. So that's all for today. If you like our videos, please let us know by liking the video, by sharing your comments, and subscribing the channel. Thank you. Good luck.